This is a pillar, or the upper two-thirds of a pillar, which formed part of the Vedika, or railing, which surrounded the Pipal, or Bodhi tree at Bodhgaya, this place where the Buddha achieved enlightenment. So it's a very important site, of course, in Buddhism. And the pillar formed one of a series which surrounded the sacred tree so that pilgrims could carry out the production, the ritual circumambulation, walking around with their right hand towards the sacred tree. It's one of an earlier set of railings, which was in place later in like a set of granite railings. This sandstone pillar dates to perhaps the end of the 1st century BCE or the early 1st century CE. So it has a number of interesting features. You can see that on your shaft, on the sides, there are these slots. And these slots would have contained the horizontal crossbars which would have formed the railing. So you have the stone railing with the pillars and the slots. The pillar has an inscription which records that it was given to the site by the noble lady Kurangil. And this lady donated, according to instructions, some 15 of the pillars of the site. So she was an important donor in this place. The lower roundel shows an image of a male head, almost certainly representing a yaksha, a deity of ancient India, a nature spirit, if you like, surrounded by these beautiful lotus petals. And these are commonly seen in these monuments of early Indian Buddhism. But above the site is an image of particular interest, because here we have 3 worshippers, one of them broken, worshipping the Pipal tree, the Bodhi tree, the tree under which the Buddha achieved his enlightenment. And we can recognize the distinctive pointed ends of the leaves, which denote the species of the tree. Yeah. So this shows the worshippers actually directly related to this particular site. So it's a double confirmation. It's not only found at this site, but it was excavated in the 1860s and 70s, but also we have the image of the site itself. So really remarkable closeness to this important moment of the Buddha's life. And the image has another interesting feature. In the early days of Buddhist art, most scholars believed that there was an aniconic period in which, rather than being represented with images of themselves, the Buddha was represented by certain symbols. So there's a possibility that the worshippers are worshipping the Bodhi tree as a symbol of Buddha, but it's equally possible that they are shown in the act of worshipping the Bodhi tree itself. Now I'd like to take you around to the other side of this pillar, and we'll have a look at what's on the back. So again, we have a lotus roundel, and in the center of that is a winged elephant. If someone's called picture. But the other section is a kid, and he has a servant bringing to him, or called a goose. So this is believed to relate to the Hamsa Jataka, one of the famous stories of the Buddha's previous lives before his life as Siddhartha Gautama. And in this story, the Buddha is a king of geese. It's a golden goose. And in leading his flock, he's captured in order to be brought to the king. And the king receives him there, but he is accompanied by his general. And his general refuses to leave him, even when he believes that the king of the geese, the future Buddha, is going to be killed by the king. So it's a story of great fidelity and loyalty by the minister, who is in fact a future birth of the Buddha's companion Ananda. And the Buddha, as the golden goose, he teaches the king about Buddhism and then eventually its release. So a very interesting story, depicted with great economy in this low-relief carving. There's also an inscription on this side, a much later inscription, dating perhaps to the 10th century. So it's around 900 to 1,000 years after the pillar was laid and the original station. And this simply says Vallabhasya. So it's simply belonging to Vallabha. We might see it as a later piece of graffiti, effectively, someone establishing their names, each for sculpture. So that's a wonderful object, very important object relating to the enlightenment of the Buddha and this very important site of Bodhgaya.